It's the TEFL Express podcast, brought to you by TEFL Express, your partner in the world of teaching English as a foreign language. For all the latest and greatest in the world of TEFL training and materials, please visit our website at teflexpress.co.uk. Enjoy the show!
Hi, this is the TEFLCast, and today we have a guest with us. And before we begin, can I get you to introduce yourself, please?
My name is Pieter Schoeman. I am originally from Durban, South Africa. I'm now living in Thailand in a little town called Lopburi, about 2 hours north of Bangkok. And I've been living here for about 4 years now.
What initially gave you the idea to go to Thailand? Have you been traveling and teaching anywhere else, or is this kind of your first stop and first choice destination?
Well, this was my first opportunity to be a TEFL teacher. Originally in South Africa, I was a manager for a company called Pick and Pay in the butchery section and running the fresh foods department, and just got a little bit tired of my job, and then applied for a job in Australia. And then I ended up getting a TEFL job or doing TEFL in Thailand and getting a job in Thailand. So it just happened.
Now, you said you've been there for 4 years. What are some of the things that you've really learned in those 4 years? I guess as far as teaching, like would you say that there's a big difference that comes with experience? I mean, personally, I believe there is, of course, just from the way I've always talked about the topic, but I'm just curious from your own perspective, would you say that in this field, experience is something that, greatly matters?
You know what, Adam, what I've learned is, and when I did come to Thailand 4 years ago, I did my TEFL and started in a school and had no experience teaching whatsoever. I mean, also the language barrier was a little bit of a different thing coming from English and Thai. And I think if you do become a TEFL teacher, you can have all the experience in the world. You can be a teacher for 20 years. But when you do come to Thailand and you're in that classroom, everything changes. Everything changes. It's different. You can have a guy that's been teaching for 20 years and come and try and teach you, and he couldn't make it. And you get a person who's never taught before. They did their TEFL and they come to Thailand and they'll be the best teacher.
Absolutely agree with that. It's a different sort of teaching altogether, I find. And it's, it really does, I guess, matter to the individual. Like it pertains to the individual. It's got to be something that you want to do, you're interested in, and you go for it, right?
I strongly believe in it. I believe teaching, for me, teaching doesn't come from the mind. Teaching comes from the heart. And how you feel, how do you feel about the students? How do you feel about yourself? What do you want to achieve in that? It's from person to person, and that is what it is for me about. It's not about what you learn. It's what you're going to learn. That is what it is.
What sort of age groups do you teach in Thailand? Like, is it more young learners, more high school, university?
When I came to Thailand, I was thrown into a secondary school teaching ages 13 to 18 years old, which is high school. And I found that was very, very interesting, and I loved it. And then I moved from the town to Lopburi, and I had to teach kindergarten, 3, 4, and 5-year-olds, and also teaching in a tutor school after hours after school, to get extra money, teaching from ages 5 to 50-year-olds. So for me, every age was good to teach. I don't have a preference. Some people do have preferences. Most of the people do think, let me come and teach secondary kids, which is high school kids. They must know a bit of English. It's all the same. You start from scratch, being kindergarten, being adult, being secondary level. It's all the same.
Right. I think so too. I do find it is all the same in many regards. One thing I like, though, and I suggest this to pretty much anybody I know getting into the field, is a lot of people do develop preferences, like you say, but I do strongly advise that anybody try to teach as many different age groups as you can, because, I mean, like we said, essentially they're all the same, but there is enough difference where you really do gain quite a bit of experience, jumping around age group to age group and trying the different, age groups.
That's it. I would suggest to anybody, if you do come in, you're going to get an opportunity to teach kindergarten, elementary, and secondary level, even adult. Teach all of them and see where you feel comfortable, where you like it the most to teach. And then, from there, next time you can go to a school and say, I want to teach kindergarten or whatever. I would suggest people to do that.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. It's only good can come from it, in my opinion.